Hello, good morning, and welcome to this Dawn Busters challenge. Well, with daylight savings time, more like overnight taste challenge. Well, at least November 1st, standard time will come back, and it'll be daylight at the proper time, like now. And maybe it'll stay. They ought to keep it around. Here's the box for Tomatin. Cardboard box. I mean, if they can make this Cocoa V stay around, right? If they can make a Scamdemic stay around, apparently, why not let something good stay around, like regular time, standard time? Get rid of another fake thing, daylight savings time. You got two fake things you need to get rid of. All right, well, here's the box for Glen Moray Elgin Classic. Cardboard box. A little lighter box, but it's not much difference. Where did I find these? Single malt, Speyside single malt Scotch whiskeys. Actually, I bought them at Walmart. A little cheaper at Total Wine and More, but I don't have a Total Wine and More in this town. So if I happen to be passing through, yeah, I'll buy something and save money. But if I'm not going to, use $3 worth of gasoline to save $2 off of liquor, there's no sense in that. But anyway, they're comparably priced. I find that Total Wine is usually about $2 cheaper per bottle as opposed to Walmart. At least now. Now Total Wine has just opened here in June of 2020. So maybe after they get themselves established, the prices might creep up. I don't know if that's true. I just wonder if it's true. So here's the two products we have going to battle today. Glen Moray Elgin Classic. And the price is about the same for these, about $30 a bottle. I got them cheaper, and then the prices over the summer went up for everything. So we're going by right now. We're going by right now's prices, $30 a bottle. Glen Moray Elgin Classic. Walmart also has a 12-year age, which I would like to try. And then we have Tomatin Dualchas, also known as Legacy in Scotland and Europe. But for whatever reason, in America, they sell it as Dualchas. And I think I know the reason. Isn't there a Canadian whiskey called Legacy whiskey? And so you could have a trademark conflict. And they already have the trademark for Legacy, so they just renamed it Dualchas, which means legacy in Gaelic language, the old Scottish language. So it's not the only product that's got a different name in the United States. Gallo beer from Guatemala is called Famosa here. Why? Because it can't be Gallo, Ernest and Julio Gallo, right? They already got the name Gallo for Gallo wine. So anyway, this has a nice foil cap cover. So does this one, but it stays on a little tighter. Maybe too tight. It's gonna rip eventually off of that cap. Real cork. I'm gonna moisturize that cork. Some people say these corks aren't real. I heard somebody say it's just pressed pieces of cork pressed together. I don't know. What do I know for cork? I'm not a corkologist. I know when I see the rubber, though, like on some of these other whiskeys, it's a rubber stopper. Maybe that's better than the cork. Might hold up longer. I do not know. GM, General Motors. So we got the General Motors here. Glen Moray Eel. Okay. Put that over there. And put it back in the box. Like Amy Winehouse. Amy Winehouse said, keep the box. All right. Take the box. All right, anyway. Moisturize this one. But it's a tight cork. Ain't no air getting in that thing. Now, see, that's true. Yeah, they're right. This is the real cork. You can see it's a solid piece of cork from a tree in Portugal on Cork Lane. And that other one is those pressed, it's like particle board, you know, particles of cork. See, you can learn stuff watching the internet. Like I did, because I had never thought of that. But then you look at it, it's like, yeah, that's just like fake cork. It's cork, but it's like little shavings of it. They press together, I guess, with some kind of glue. Glue. Appearance. I think the Glen Moray Eel, and both of these companies, by the way, were established in 1897. I think, if I'm not mistaken, one of them, was it Tomatin? Pretty sure it was, that went out of business in the mid 80s. They just had problems, you know, they weren't selling their products. So they went out of business, and then it wasn't long after a Japanese company came in and bought them. They had their eye on them already, like Remo told Nikki, keep your eye on him. All right. And they own it. And then Glen Moray, I think, has been continuously produced since 1897. But they were both started in 1897, and I believe, isn't Glen Moray owned by the Martiniquais of France? The Martiniquais. Don't pay any mind to that, because these companies get bought out every day. And then they trade them. They'll trade companies and everything. So they always buying each other out. This one's buying that one. That one's buying this one. This one's selling off that one. This one's buying off this brand. This one's acquiring that brand. I don't even know how it works. Sazerac. They just bought Canadian Mist from Brown-Forman and the Collingwood this year, 2020. After all those years, Brown-Forman had acquired Canadian Mist in 1971, and along comes. So Brown-Forman had bought Canadian Mist in 1971, and along comes Johnny Fontaine with his oily hair and his guinea charm. And then Brown-Forman gave it all up. For whatever reason, they sold it. Okay, I visited Speyside back in the 90s, and I don't recall Glen Moray. Well, they got a distillery there. I was looking at some videos of people take tours. It's kind of small. If you look at the videos, the factory, a distillery is a factory, right? The plant, it doesn't look too big, but it looks nice. Tomatin is a Highland malt used by everyone in blends. Very good scotch. Highland. Okay, matured in a combination of ex-bourbon and virgin oak casks. Dualchas, cultural heritage. Right, legacy. Highland single malt. Chihuahua, I got confused. So I'll have to update my notes. Thanks for the correction, because I never would have realized it. Even though I'm looking right at the bottom, looking at the box. Highland. That's a state highway in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, Highland Road. And it is a road. Well, obviously it's a road, but it's high. It's on a highland. It's on a bluff, Highland Road. And it runs to the Louisiana State University campus. And there's a bayou that runs along Highland Road at the low part. Now, the Highland Road's up on a bluff. The bayou's down in the lowlands. In the river, kind of like the river basin. Bayou Fountain runs from Louisiana State University campus down. And I think it empties into Bayou Manchac, which empties into Lake Maurepas, which empties into Lake Pontchartrain, which empties into the Gulf of Mexico. Well, Lake Bourne, which is part of the Gulf. Bayou Fountain. I'm gonna update those notes. Thank you, Robert Browning. He knows his liquor, and I didn't. Speyside is in the Highlands, but it's a separate region as far as classification of Scotch. Can't wait to get off of this and hang out and update my editing. Well, it won't take a second. It would just be a snap to do it. Okay, so this one smells nice, a little spicy in the nose, in fact. Spicy, and they're a little wood, mild, very mild wood. A little California, what you call those yellow raisins? Yeah, a little bit of yellow raisin. You say yellow raisin. Yeah, well, that's what it smells like. Over here. Oh. Now this one, there's more bread though. There's single malt, so you won't get that harsh, unmalted, grainy thing that you get with the blendeds. Sometimes you don't always get it. There's some kind of fruit here, but not yellow raisin, almost like dates. You say dates, you're going mad. I don't know if I'm going mad. It just smells like that, and it smells like some kind of syrup, like want to say some kind of light baking syrup. You say, but that's usually made with corn syrup. I know, but it just smells like that kind of. They both smell nice, mild, mellow, fruity. Is that in the tasting notes on the website? Aromas of Tomatin Legacy or Dualchas in the USA. Aromas of vanilla bean, white chocolate, and cinnamon. Hey, well, that's no more bizarre than what I was saying. That may be more bizarre than what I was saying. Fragrant and lightly drying with warming malty notes. Butterscotch and shortbread with herbal grassy notes. Well, okay. I don't think I'm too far off. I mean, I'm off because I'm not saying the same thing that the tasting notes, aroma notes say, but they're describing some pretty complex and candy-like butterscotch, candy-like characteristics. So I think that I'm not wrong. Okay, it's just everybody has different perceptions, you see. Let's go to the taste challenge, shall we? I think I don't know who's going to win now, but I think I'll be able to tell them apart by virtue of the 86 proof versus 80 proof. 86 proof versus 80 proof. I think the little bit of stronger alcohol level will tip me off. This I do not know, but I suspect so. And get ready, because this week, starting Tuesday, is brandy time. Brandy time. Jesse Jackson in 1972 said, "It's nation time. It's nation time." Yeah, well, I'm saying it's brandy time. It's brandy time. Good morning, Ronald, says Daryl Macias. Good morning to you, Daryl. And Julie says, morning, Ron. Good morning to you, Julie. Hey, the gang's all here. 3 people watching, but, we usually get a lot as it goes on. And then you're surprised how many people be up at this hour, especially on a weekday, Tuesday or Thursday. If I'm doing these, be a lot of people because they're listening to it in their car or their truck while they're driving to work, or on the bus with their headphones, earbuds, whatnot. All right. And then we get a lot of people watch the replays. So that one is very mild. All right, let's go with the taste over here. Well, It tastes stronger, more peppery, has more body. I can pick up that alcohol on this boy. Boy, oh boy, I can pick up that alcohol on here. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. I can. It's just got a fuller body, a stronger proof. And I think I'm picking up that they're talking about the bourbon barrels and the virgin oak. I'm picking up those bourbon barrels. It's got a little bourbon, tiny little bit. So just in time for snow, winter, and holidays, brandy. Right. They're trying to get brandy to make a comeback. 99% of brandy in France is sold outside of France. It's not, people in France don't drink it. I mean, a handful. Old people drink it. But I was looking at the French Brandy Association, whatever it's called, yesterday, and they have an English translation. So they were saying, well, we've been around since 1973, but brandy is just not popular in France. We make it like crazy, but they export it to North America, especially even more so South America, Mesoamerica, and it's really popular in South Asia and East Asia. So they're trying to figure out a way to get people to drink it. You know what I'm saying? In France, especially, their export market is pretty healthy, but in France, it's just they drink beer. I talk to French people. What do y'all drink over there? You think it's all wine, you know? He said mostly just beer and drink coffee and whiskey. They're like Americans. Okay. But it's going to be a war. I'm talking about a brandy war. You know what I'm saying? San Remy XO versus everybody that I've got. Well, it won't be a long war because I don't have much to put into competition. It'll be like the 1866 war between Prussia and Austria, the 7 weeks war. But this won't even last 7 days. Okay, mild and not so mild. Let's go and finish this up. Mild, peppery, wax. You say wax. You mean like candle wax? Yeah. I've never eaten wax, but it just tastes like you would imagine wax would taste. Guess you'd say there's a little wintergreen in there, like, you know, those lifesavers, wintergreen type situation. So very nice product. Is it worth $30? Oh, you better believe it. Is it better than most of the blended scotches I have? Oh, you better believe it. But then, to be fair, those are all a bunch of cheap ones mainly. I mean, Buchanan's, yeah, that's a great one, but it's $35. If I'm going around buying $6 to $10 bottles, then it's going to be a lot of substandard stuff. Of course, there are jewels in the rough, like the Clan McGregor. Clan McGregor be a jewel in the rough. But most of it's just rough. This is smooth. There's no harsh, grainy taste. Makes perfect sense since there's no grain whiskey in it. It's all malt whiskey. So think along the lines of bread dough, bread dough, and the other characteristics which I brought up. Now, if it's this good, imagine how good all the other Glen Moray, when you go up those steps, walk the steps, then you can shift over to their aged. They got 12, 15, 18, 25. You could be walking up the price ladder too. Believe me, you believe you me. But it's probably going to really work out. But every step you take is going to make it better. It's going to be more higher quality and more enjoyable. But the first step that I'm on step 1 here. Glen Moray Elgin Classic is a beautiful product. No downside. No downside. Now, Tomatin, I think they said it was age. I watched a video and one of their representatives, a lady that worked for them, she was saying, well, it's age about 7 years. I think she was saying about 7 years. But there's no official age statement. Okay? But about 7 years. Not as spicy, really. More candy syrup, candy. You get a little more burn from the proof. Now, which one tastes better to me? It's an even challenge. They're both $30 a bottle. They don't have an age statement. They're both single malt. They're obviously common since I bought them at Walmart. It's not like Walmart's a niche store. And over here, you don't have to, it's not like a liquor store. Walmart is just a liquor section where you can just grab the stuff off the shelf at your leisure and go check out. It's a little different than most states. Now, there is a liquor cabinet there where they got stuff they lock up because they think people are going to steal it, which they probably would. But Walmart's watching every step you take, boy. But they got a lot of stupid people in the world, you know. So, not to mention bad people. Well, you can taste the higher proof. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Now, which one tastes better to me? I think I will have to vote. I'm going to vote for the Elgin Classic, the Glen Moray. The taste, malty toffee sweetness. Yeah, I just said there was some kind of candy note with black currant. I don't know about all that. And fragrant lemongrass citrus. Yeah, well, shortbread, fresh herbal notes, and ginger marmalade. I don't know where they come up with all this. But then look at Tomatin. Gentle waves of fresh fruit peppered with ginger emerge ahead of a light, clean finish. I'm no expert, no. I can't perceive all these luxurious things they're talking about. They are known for their baked confections in France, perfect to using brandy. Laughing out loud. Oh yeah, well maybe they cook with brandy over there more than drink it, and then it's still only 1% of the brandy production. If we including cognac, because cognac is a type of brandy. 1% of the brandy production of France is actually sold in France. The other 99% is exported. I mean, the money's coming back to France, no big deal. But I mean, they would like there to be a market for the product that is created in the country. You know what I'm saying? They want there to be a market where the product is created. It's like in Louisiana, we ship a lot of andouille around the world, especially around the United States. Andouille sausage, especially from this parish, this town. But there's a market for it here because people around here always eat andouille sausage. They forever buy andouille, which is a smoked sausage. All right, so they don't have to create a market here. There is a market. I don't know what the percentages are. I'm sure there's a huge amount of it being shipped all over the country. So if you go around here in November, you're going to see so many people eating andouille, chicken and andouille gumbo, the big thing you see. Or they'll just be barbecuing and eating slices of andouille, maybe, you know. You'll see people doing that with mustard or whatever other sauce they want to dip it in. But maybe they'll just have hot sausage or other sausage that they cooked. But you'll see that everywhere. Including right here. Hello, Ron. Hello, Julie Gulpin, says Beer Hound's Beer Reviews. Hello, Beer Hound. Out in California. Prophet on the golden shore like an angel. Fire wheel burning in the air. Okay. Well, now we've come to the end because I want to watch the news. Hi, Bill. Got the package today. Awesomeness, buddy. Thank you. Oh, man, these people are trading, man. These people are business people. These people are traders. Okay. I didn't say traitors like you're betraying your country. I say traders like you're trading like a trading post. Okay. Well, that's it. I'm going to call it. I think this is the Glen Moray. It better say GM. And he says he's glad she likes it. GM, Glen Moray, and I prefer it. It's a little bit better, I think. A little bit better product. Not much better, but just a tiny little bit better. Oh, it's the Tomatin Dualchas. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. Well, you know, I'm not an expert on these. This is only the second time trying each of them, so it's not like I have a lot of experience. So I got it wrong. Oh well. So I thought the Glen Moray had higher proof. Haha, it's less proof. Haha, but it burns more. Isn't that amazing? And it doesn't taste as good. So, well, what a shock. What a turn of events. I feel like the Houston Astros. I thought I could win it, and I didn't. But I came close. All right. Doggone. Glen Moray, you tricked me. You tricked me. You tasted like you had more alcohol, and you didn't. Dang it. You did that just to make me look foolish. And a man in my position can't afford to look ridiculous. Yeah, to make me look ridiculous. And a man in my position can't afford to look ridiculous. All right, that's it. Going to edit this to update the Highland thing. And thanks for watching this. And on to brandy.